baby came out. I didn't even realize that in that pain that the midwife has already used this razor to give me tear in my VJ. The next stage, this woman used needle and thread, started stitching me back up. 3 good times, 3 stitches. 1, she tied it. I'm like, aye. Yeah, women. God. She padded me first before stitching me up. So, and then I couldn't walk because of all the stress my leg went through. Guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Irene and I am back with another video. You guys, today's video is a story time video. I know it's been long since I did a story time video on this channel, you guys, which is why I decided, you know what, let me come and share this story with you guys. Actually, something actually triggered this story time. I saw a post, I read a post on Facebook. One beautiful lady was in labor for 3 good days and still ended up doing cesarean section. Okay, so which brings me to my own story time. So while we're at it, please, if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. To my OGs, thank you so much for always coming back. If you are really OG in this channel, you already know this story, but this is a revised edition. I'm sure from the thumbnail and the title you can already tell what the story time is going to be about. So if you don't know, I'm a mom of 3. My first child is actually sleeping in bed, and so which leaves me with 2 children that are actually awake. If you know what I mean. Okay, so and I gave birth to them naturally, the 3 of them. But to be honest, I feel like if I should give birth to another child, to be honest, I'm seriously considering cesarean section, because not like it's the easiest way, not like it's the most easiest way, or maybe it's less painful or less stressful. It doesn't make me a mom, but I feel like instead of staying in labor for a very long period of time, suffering, groaning, in pain, don't you think it's better I just, you know, book the dates that I'm just going to see my child, you know, go there, they open up my womb and bring out my child, you know? Anyways, before we get to that conclusion, let's hear the story, okay? To talk about the 3 childbirths, like the 3 children I've given birth and the stories behind them, everything that I went through. Okay, starting with my very first child, Anita. Okay, so actually I carried her own pregnancy for more than 9 months. It was 10 months plus, and during the period when finally the labor started, because all this while I'll go and check, they say, you're not in labor, you're not laboring, like nothing is happening, just don't worry. Some pregnancy, first pregnancy sometimes are like that, you know, until finally when it was time. So the labor started around 11 o'clock in the night. So me and my mom was watching television, because yes, I was married then. If you don't know, I'm divorced now. So I was married then, but I never lived with my husband. So I was at the point when my pregnancy becomes really big, my mom will come and stay with me, you know, help me with stuff and all that. So I was pregnant, and of course with my mom, and then labor started. We just finished watching a movie around 10 o'clock, you know. So while we were getting ready to now go and sleep, which was around 11 o'clock if I'm not mistaken, as I sat down on the bed, I felt this strong pain, and I'm like, hey. At first I was happy. I thought it was a funny something. I was like, hey, it's like labor started. My mom said, see your mouth. If labor starts, is this the type of mouth you're going to use to say it? When labor starts, it's not somebody that will tell you. When you, in fact, the way you shout, that's how I know that you're in labor. So I said, okay. I lay down. So I lay down, the pain started coming. The pain started coming. My back started aching. My front started aching. Like I was seeing so much pain. And the pain came like all of a sudden with full force. And I said, my mom, no, come. As I already 11 o'clock. So I said, no, mommy, no, wait. No, this one is serious. I'm feeling serious pain. She said, okay, let's start going to the hospital. I told her, no, I'm not, because I've heard stories. Even though it was my first pregnancy, I went for antenatal. I had friends that were already giving birth and all that, so I knew the story. So I told her, I don't want to go to the hospital and go and start sitting there and waiting, you know. Let me just stay in the house and be doing exercise, walking around, you know, so that to induce the labor side to come faster. So that before morning, around 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, I can start going to the hospital. That was my intention. My mom said, and where I was living that time was very terrible, like a very bad neighborhood. Robbers, you know, like bad people, bad boys, cult boys, we are always operating. That to even sleep at night was a headache. So mom said, it's 11 o'clock now. If the sign have started, let's go to the hospital. Better we stay in the hospital there and wait. And you guys are registered in a health center. You guys. So I said, my mom said, let's better we go to the health center now and go and wait too. Instead of staying here to wait. I told her, no, that doesn't start like that. Meanwhile, the thing has stopped again. So after like 5 minutes, the thing came again. We full pressure. This time I could not sit down, I could not stand up, I could not do anything. I said, hey, no, this one is serious. So, mommy, this one is serious, this is serious. So she said, okay, let's start going. The minute the thing stopped again, I said, it has stopped. like I was just having like emotional imbalance or something. So at this point, I didn't know whether I should go to the hospital or I should just sit and wait. Maybe, you know, I didn't know what to expect. So my mom said, okay, mom started getting our bags, you know, getting some things ready. I told her, madam, calm down now. So I said, no, well, let me just lie down and sleep. If I lie down and sleep, I won't feel anything. And then by 6 o'clock in the morning, because it's late and already this bad boy has started operating. So let's just lie down. She said, are you sure? Are you even sure you're in labor like this? I mean, you just want to stress me. So after like 30 minutes, he came back again, this time with serious force, and he didn't stop. Like, hey, to lie down, I could not lie down. To sit down, I couldn't sit down. To stand up, I couldn't stand up. Like, I didn't know what I would do now to make this pen stop, to make this pen go away. So I stood up, I was shaking, I was vibrating. I said, my boy, no, we have to go, let's go. At this time, it was almost 12 o'clock. So my mom went and called our neighbors upstairs. So the husband came, the father came to escort me to the hospital because we couldn't go there alone. So they came and they escorted me to the hospital, to the health center. So by the time we got to the health center, I don't know if you want to tell you. Let me even tell you. So we met robbers on the way. Okay, we met armed robbers on the way. So while we were going, remember my tummy was too big. In fact, my first pregnancy was very, very big. So my tummy was big and the pain, I was managing to walk because we couldn't even drive at that point. And the roads were very bad. So there's no way we could even drive. Okay. So we were walking and they said it was a form of exercise too. So that by the time I get there, I would have exercised and dilated very well. So we were walking on the road though, and I will walk small and the pain will become unbearable, I will stop. I will walk small and the pain will become unbearable, I will stop. So we got to, there's this place we got to, the roads were very, very bad and the water was flooded because it rained the day before, if I'm not mistaken. So we met these robbers because group of young guys, if you look at them, you know that they are on a serious mission that night, you understand? So they were coming and they were like, where are you people going? You know, my mother started greeting them. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. It was what she did, though. You know how robbers can be now. Good morning, sir. My daughter, she's in labor. Please, people should help me pray. So then I said, okay, I am going to the pass. What you go do and she go born. Me, I wasn't even seeing these people, so we passed. So we got to the hospital. The woman came. It was a health center, and at that time, the health center is closed. Okay. I think they were on strike or something. They were just not in section because I went to the woman that was working in the health center. It was in her house that I gave birth. So we went to her because she delivers children at her home too. So we got there. She started dressing the bed. Meanwhile, we've already called her and told her. She started dressing the bed, started dressing everything. So at the time I laid down on the bed to start having my child was around 1 o'clock. Remember, I started at 11. We got to the hospital, to her house around 12 o'clock. And then within 12 to 1, she started preparing things. I started saying I should exercise. I should be climbing the step, climb up, climb down, climb up, climb down. So that was what I was doing. So that middle of the night. So when everything was ready, I think I laid down around 1 o'clock. I haven't started YouTubing then. Maybe I would have recorded everything. So I laid down on the bed and then they say push. You guys, I started pushing. Ah, God. That's the most horrible thing I've ever experienced all my life. It was my first time. It was horrible. The pain was too much. Like, I felt like the whole pain was coming to my brain. I felt like my brain was expanding seriously. I was going to on the bed. I was tying this small wrapper. So I laid down on the bed, you know, with my legs wide open and spread. And with the midwife always checking me, you know, putting her hand to check if I'm dilating, like it's 4 cm, 5 cm. Immediately it clocks 5 cm, you can start pushing. So it clocked 5 cm. Immediately, even I laid on the bed and I started pushing. My baby was big and I was a novice. I didn't know anything about big babies. I didn't know. You understand? I had no idea. So I started pushing. Oh my goodness. And for the fact that I wasn't living with my husband and we weren't having regular sex. You know, having regular sex helps a woman to be, it feels like exercise, to expand your pelvic area, your VJ and all that. So I wasn't having all that. I wasn't having any sex. So my VJ was still intact while my baby was growing. Voila. So that was how they said I should start pushing. You guys, I pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. I pushed. God, I pushed. At some point, I told them that I was tired. That in fact, if anything that wants to happen, let it happen. That me, I'm tired. I cannot push this thing again. My legs were open like this, eh? So when they were telling me, push, your baby said it's coming out, push. Your baby said, I told me I'm tired, I'm not pushing again. I cannot push again. I'm tired since I've been pushing. I'm tired of pushing. My legs, everywhere is hurting me. So my legs were open and the next thing I heard was, like my laps. Hey! The pain was too much. She hit me. Do you want to kill your child? Is it how your mother killed you? My mom was there begging me, please, help. Mommy, please don't do this to me. Try. I started pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. My baby's head was too big. She was a big baby. So the next thing I saw was the midwife used razor. Yeah, I didn't see where she was, because all this while I was in so much pain that I didn't even know where I was. I feel like I was even in heaven. It's talking to God direct, one-on-one, telling God, please, please, just please help me. I can't deal with this pain again. This pain is too much. This is the highest pain I've ever felt. I've never seen this level of pain. I used to have period pain. I used to have so many pains, you know, but this one is too much. So immediately, what I heard was, boom, the baby came out. I didn't even realize that in that pain that the midwife had already used this razor to give me tear in my VJ. So the baby came out. Immediately she came out, it just felt like they lifted the whole pain in the whole world out of my, you know, it felt like I was carrying 3-story building on my back, and then it just felt like God just said, oh yeah, give me that weight. You understand? You can imagine how light I felt immediately. So after that, the baby came out, and they said I shouldn't talk, that my placenta stayed to come out. So after some time, I felt like I was having another labor, like pregnancy cramp, what is it called? Cramp or what? Like I was in another labor again. I said, and is it pregnant? Is it twins that I'm carrying? I feel like I want to have another child. She says your placenta that is coming. So before you know it, my placenta came. So at this point, I was just lying down with my eyes wide open. I saying to myself, finally, all this pain is over. Finally, all this struggle, all this stress is over. So until Mama said, Irene, that she's going to stitch me back up. I said, she should stitch me back up again. What's happen? She said that she gave me tear for baby to come out, so that she has to stitch me back up. I said, what does that mean? That I should not worry, that I should be strong, blah 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 blah. The next thing, this woman used needle and thread, started stitching me back up. 3 good times, 3 stitches. 1, she tied it. I'm like, yeah, women. God. So she gave me 3 stitches, and I didn't know that she padded me first before stitching me up. So, and then I couldn't walk because of all the stress my leg went through, plus the heating and everything. I couldn't walk. So after I was carried down and transferred to the regular bed, and after some minutes, after some hours, by this time my sister has already come, because my sister wasn't in Aba then, she was in Omahia. So that night, I finally gave birth around 3:53, almost 4 o'clock. And then my mom called my dad and told my dad and my sister that I've given birth. And that's 3:53. As of 6 o'clock, I'm telling you, as of 6 o'clock in the morning, my sister was already in Aba. Like, as of, I don't know if it had already sharp 6 safe. My sister was there. Either she entered vehicle that same night, that same morning, like around 3:53, she came out. You guys, I don't know how she did it, but she did it. As of 6 o'clock, she was already in Aba, in the hotel, in the hospital. So after some minutes, after some hours, I wanted to ease myself. So I stood up to ease myself. So as I stood up with my help of my mom and my sister, because I couldn't walk, and I bent down to pee. After I removed the first part that was up, and I wanted to pee, the pee wasn't coming out. I was urinating, but it wasn't coming out. So I told the midwife, I want to use myself. The pee is not coming out. What is happening? She said, okay, that I should remove the pad that she. I told her that I've removed that one. That is there another pad? She said, that the one that's inside. It was then that I have to forcefully bring it. That was another pain of its own. That was the most another pain. I don't even know which one was more painful. You know, I couldn't leave it inside there because I needed to ease myself. You understand? So I had to forcefully bring that one out again, and it was hell. It was very, very painful. So before I now eased myself, do you know that I filled 1 bucket? You know, custard buckets. I wish I had one here now. You know, custard buckets. The custard one now, bucket. Not the small one, not the small yellow one. Okay, you know, small paint they used to use and paint house. The small bucket of paint. I filled it with urine, because all the while I was pregnant, all the time I was pregnant, anytime I want to pee, my baby will cover. I'll go to the bathroom to ease myself now, and I'll just pee 1 small tiny pee like this, and the pee will disappear. Anytime I feel I'm pressed and I want to ease myself, I enter the bathroom to ease myself, and immediately I squat to pee, it will just smell something. Sometimes it will be coming, and I'll be feeling the sensation to ease myself, but it's not coming out because my baby has, I don't know how she does it. She just compress the whole thing. So after giving birth, I filled 1 bucket of paint like this with urine. Like, if not that, at some point I told myself, stop, on your own, stop. May not be saying our blood now they pee like this. You understand? So I stopped and checked. It was just water. They went and poured it. 2 good times. So that was the first time I had to force myself to stop, because I didn't want problems for myself. I did not know whether that was because it felt like the water was just coming from my chest, from my heart, and coming out. So that was how my first pregnancy went. First labor went. you guys, the time is already very long. Imagine, one story like this, now don't be like this. You guys, the most painful thing when it comes to labor and childbearing is after going through all this pain and then you still don't see that child, or you lose that child in death. It's one of the another painful parts about childbearing. So sad to say that this beautiful baby girl that I gave birth to in 2015, she should have been 8 years going to 9 years today. She's no more with us physically. You understand? But she's still in my heart. She's still in my family's heart. And I'm looking forward to the time when I'm going to see her again, which is hopefully very soon. Yes, because that's why you're praying for God's kingdom to come. You're praying God's kingdom, come. It's not going to be stiffer. Because all the Bible prophecies that is leading us to the time has already been fulfilled. Some of them are already in fulfillment. You understand? So which means that God's kingdom is very, very close. So which means that very soon I am going to see my daughter again. Okay, so some of you who have lost any loved ones, any family member, be rest assured that you're going to see them soon. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video when I'm going to share my next labor. Okay, because like I said, I'm a mom of 3, so this one is just number 1. If you see what happened in part 2, my second child, you're going to pity me. Anyways, I'll see you in my next video. Sorry, bye.